Hey guys, welcome to Lena's Custom Creations. With Halloween upon us, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to show you guys how to make one of my favorite costumes. Cosplay is Darth Maul. Whether you're a guy, a girl, child, doesn't matter. It is a super amazing costume, very easy to do. You can either go all out and get all these accessories, or you can keep it really simple with just face paint, some clay horns, and just a rope, and you could even do without the horns. So I have all the items here today and I showed you some things that you can do to spruce it up and also again to keep it very simple. So I figured let's get at it. It's going to take me a couple different scenes and time frames, but bear with me and let's start with the face painting today. If you guys like this, then I can always do another video on how to do the horns that I made out of just clay and paint. And again, you can also make your robe as well. So I have a lot of different items today. Obviously, one of the items that you're going to need more than anything is face paint. So black and red is what you'll need. I'm going to be following this design, Darth Maul. I used him last time I made my face, and though I might not have gotten exactly all those lines and everything else, that's the best part, is with Darth Maul, you could be your own. You can do whatever you want. So again, these are the two face paints I love. I've had them for a really long time. They go a long way. They stay really well. They did not irritate my face, which is really important. This one is Paradise Makeup Body and Face Makeup, red G33C3. I'll put all these on my description. Probably can't really see it because it's still focused on me, but either way, it's a nice dark red. And then I got my Wolfe face art, Hydrocolor. It's black 010. I really like it. Like I said, I was worried it would either stick to my face or not come off or a million other things, and I didn't have any issues with it. To apply it, a lot of times they're water-based, which is another reason that I like them. You can really use any type of sponge or brush. It's really about the texture that you want to get. So again, you just apply it until you get the nice color red or black that you want. Different things you can put on. I did buy this Skin Prep Pro, which again I'll put in the description. Sorry, it's a little yucky. But mainly because I was going to be wearing this for a Comic-Con and I wanted it to stay on a really long period of time, and obviously you sweat and you're moving, you're taking pictures. So I had bought this. I think it worked. My makeup stayed on for most of the day. I think the only place I didn't put it was my neck, and that's where it came off the most. But that's also where my robe is hitting the most. Yeah. So again, you could use this. This is like a wash to help get all the oils and everything off. And then you can also use setting powder, which I did use. And again, you don't have to use it. These paints are really good as is. But if you wanted to stay a little longer, or if you're worried about mixing and stuff, these setting powders are really good. And I don't think they were very expensive either. So, all right, I'm going to just get started. I will be using the setting powder just because I'm curious again how it works. So I'm gonna wash my face and put it on. So you do not want to put this on your eyes or anywhere. It definitely smells a litol bit alcohol-y based. So I'm sure it's basically just pulling all the dirt and the alcohol, all of the oils off your face. So again, be super careful with your eyes. I will do just my eyebrows because, believe it or not, your eyebrows tend to sweat a lot. Alrighty. So now for the fun part is just wet this a little, and you're gonna rub it in there until you get the color that you like. The best thing I like to do is definitely put it on. So I'll try to use the camera as much as I can, but As you can imagine, the screen is very small. So, especially with the black lines, I'm gonna have to use the mirror. So the reason I'm blotching it, because when you rub it, you tend to get, you might not see it as well. Huh, that one's actually better. You tend to get more streak lines, whereas if you pat it, but that works better when it's dry. So when it's dry, you do not want to drag anything, because then you're just going to be making it super liney. That's some red lipstick. And again, the less water you use, the deeper your paint is going to be, like a deeper red, darker red. But occasionally just add a little bit more water, hold it around a little bit more. So I'm going to try to get as close to my hairline as possible. I will be painting my hair black, mainly because I don't like using a ball cap. And it was just easier. I usually have a hood on, or again, you're barely going to see it, especially if it's for like Halloween or something. Again, that's the reason I love this costume, because you can go as all out as you want, or you can be really simple, and either way, people are gonna love it. Oh, okay, I loved it. I don't have any complaints. I liked it, and a lot of people who saw me liked it. So, see, here I had some already, and then when I pulled it down, I pulled some of the paint off. So that's when you want to start blotching it. So that's, again, one reason I like these paints is they spread on a lot easier. You can use like the Walmart paint or whatever, but I realize when it's really hard to layer those kind of paints. Whereas this one, it's not, and it's very user friendly. I don't have to get super close to my eyes because there's going to be black on there anyways. So, alright. Again, my neck's, I really didn't have to go and do my whole face, but my neck is going to be all black, my ears are going to be black, my eyes. So I'm going to try to smooth it out. You can't really, it looks different on the camera than it does on my mirror. My mirror, I just look like there's poor blood all over my face. But again, really my nose are going to be black as well. Most of it's going to be black. But the better you do your red, then you won't have to fix it. And that's the last thing you want to do. The one thing I'm going to be worried about with mine is my contacts. Again, you don't have to wear contacts if you don't want to. It does add to the effect, I think, drastically. You guys can let me know. But just kind of trying to even it out. But I had LASIK done, and I bought a pair of contacts. So I don't know if it's because I haven't worn contacts since I did my LASIK, or if the contacts just aren't really good. I did go cheap, $20 for a pair, and sometimes you pay for what you get. Okay, so that's done. I'm gonna let this dry a minute. See, I do a little. Sorry, I'm checking out my own face too. Again, like this is gonna be black, so I don't have to worry about that. My nose is not. So again, it's much harder to fix this once your black paint's on, because then you're more likely to smear it, which is one reason I was not sure if I was going to do contacts, because it's hard to fix it in a way that I think, like, to my standards. Oh, my teeth look so white. Hello. Anyways, to my standards, but alright, so I bought this off of Wish, I think, like a million years ago. Loved it. It was like 20 bucks. And you have every brush you will ever need. Again, I'll put as many descriptions on my face edges as I can in here, but you know, I can do what I can do. Alright, so I'm using my very fine little baby brush for the black. So again, I'm gonna have to look at my reference quite a bit. So all I'm doing is I wet my brush and I'm just making sure it has a nice coat. These paints do absorb water, they do dry very quickly. So again, just do to what you can. And then I'm gonna move this and try to use the camera though. Yeah, don't judge me if it's not great. Okay. So in my case, because also I have like no hair on the sides from my horns, I'm going to be doing everything from here black. So it's not going to be 100% true to Darth Maul in reality, but again, it's my Darth Maul. Who cares? So the easiest part for me to start with would be around here. It's black. So my ears are going to be black. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to give myself an outline. Anything that has a little bit of black on it, I know that's going to be black. Last thing I want to do is look like a clown, right? Hopefully with the rest of the costume. Right now I just look like a dog. You're always gonna have one side you're better at than the other. Totally fine. Right now I'm just trying to get the outline to make sure that it's the way we want it to be. All the way up. The biggest thing is with that one, because it is such a big line, you want to try to get it as straight as you can. I'm not left-handed, like my left side's always the worst side, so let's try that. That one's much higher, so I'm gonna try to fix it, so. Yeah, that's a little bit more even. Yeah, it just looks super weird right now. Bear with me. Alright, so it goes here. I always have to, I find it's easier for me to do sections because sometimes when you're looking at everything, you don't want it to be uneven. So I think I definitely fudged up my nose a little bit, but like I said, it's okay. You do you. I can always, I think on the picture, I think his just nose is black, and I kind of did like a little triangle square thing. So fix it. Yes, I'm gonna fix it mainly because the lines that go from the cheek out, I don't want it to affect it. So I can show you. All you gotta do is just kind of push a little firm and try not to use the same part over and over again because you're just gonna then make a giant smeared mess. So I'm just tapping my faucet, getting a little bit of water, trying to, there, almost perfect. Pull that away. I think I probably went too high as well with the paint. I think it was a much lower. I'm gonna try to pinch this so I have a smaller area. And it's not gonna, no, that was way too dry. It's not gonna pull off a bunch of paint. That one's done. All right, Q-tips would probably be way easier, but I don't think I have it. Yeah, I have all of this stuff out here and no Q-tip, I know. Don't want it too wet either. I just put like a ton of water, and if I push that down on my face, it's going to just get water all down your face, and that's the last thing you want with water-based paint. I rather take off, see what happens when you use the same piece. I rather do a little bit more fixing, like take off a little bit more and then just end up putting it back in the same spot than not taking off enough and then having to put on the red and the black and everything all over again. Apply just a little bit of water. Again, a little bit more than I wanted, but Again, you do not want it to drip. You don't want it to, you're really just gonna be gently patting it. Trying not to get it on the black too much, because otherwise you're gonna have really dark red. So I always suggest starting out at the outer parts first, where you know there's no red, or like you're not gonna mix the colors, and try to blend out a little bit so that way it doesn't look like you put on a fresh thing of paint. And then once I've done all that, I'm gonna go around and do the black parts. Again, trying to be super careful. See, there's black on there now. You can't see it. Why would this thing ever focus? There. So I'm gonna flip it because I see what happened. My thing, I got black, and that part will not have a lot of black on it, so I have to make sure that it's red. It can't be, it's not gonna be covered up, so I need to make sure it looks good. Oh, so again, trying to be super careful. Look, see, I wiped away some of the dry paint. So I'm gonna kind of let the wet spots dry. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to fix my nose. You can always do touch-ups later. It's good to get the basic layout first. And then, you know, you can see what you care about and what you don't. My face is itchy. It's very fat with paint, so you can always just, you know, pull some of that off, because you're not going to get thin lines with a fat brush. So again, best thing to do is not like that, just, you know, kind of paint the paint, and then it'll get better lines. Okay, so on the nose, he's got a diamond almost here. Let me see, I have another paint or something. Let me go ahead and try that real quick, see that. So this is a very, very thin. Sorry, my autofocus doesn't really work very well. Okay. This should be much easier. And there's like a little line that attaches them. Then it's basically just a line that goes itchy up the whole head. So I'm going to try the line, and then I can always do those other things later. He has, if I had a bald cap, my bald cap would start here, and oops, the horns would start here. I am not going to be putting one on. It's for a children's trunk or treat. So what I am gonna do is do my triangle, upside down triangle right there. And then I'm just gonna paint that black, and then I will paint my hair black, and that's where I will be putting one of the horns right there. All right, decided what I wanted to do. If I do this part now, it'll help me with the biggest thing with this face, this design is proportions, yes, but you need to make sure with all the lines that you have enough space, and I don't want to run out of space. You know, I'll show you when I start drawing the lines. When I eventually commit, which I have yet to do. So, all right. Again, this one, better to go small and make it bigger later. He's a little bit fatter, but it's okay. See, I can always add more. Makes it easier, and then he has a line that goes. So again, that's why I wanted to do this line, because then I knew how much space I had to work with here. And there's more line work down here, but again, just start with wherever you're comfortable. And I don't like filling it in until I've done most of the line work, in case, say I make this one and then I draw this one that's totally like not symmetrical, then I can wipe away one of them. I should have started with the left because most people, I'm right-handed. So if I do something on the left, it's easier for me to copy it on the right than vice versa. So I kind of made it harder for myself now. Yeah, see, I went up way too high. What I can do is I can always extend this one because it's easier for me to fix the right side than it is the left side. Which is why I should have started on the left, but you can see here I must have come out more with this because there's only a little tiny line. See if I color this in. This line's much shorter than this one. Or, again, it could be my hairline, it could be a ton of stuff. So I'm gonna bring that out a little bit more. So again, I really want to fill it in all the black, but I'm not going to, because if I made a mistake somewhere, yeah, I can easily fix it now. So on my picture, I think my lines probably go up even more because they're supposed to go from the ear. They actually probably come out more too, like this. It's kind of like a exaggerated jawline. I'm saying I'm starting with the left side. I learned. So now I'm just trying to, I'm gonna color this in because, see, I'm trying to mimic it and there's too many lines. So I filled it in all. Obviously I'm using a little brush just because I don't feel like dirtying a ton of my brushes, but you could use something bigger. Again, you always want to make sure you don't rush and make your paint too wet. Luckily we're doing the bottom of the face, so if it drips, I mean, it just gets on your shirt, but if you, oh, I thought I made a mistake. If you do this at the top of your face and it drips black, it's the last thing you want. If it drip red, meh, you could probably smear that in somewhere, but oh, I guess also if you would have used a thicker brush, you might have not had any stroke lines. But again, I think that's one reason I like this paint. It's kind of like I don't know. It evens out really nicely and smooths out. So if you're heavy-handed on something, you're not really gonna see it. All right, so now I can do my eyes. Again, be careful. Nobody wants paint in their eyes, especially if you can't see. Can't finish paint. Now you could always do your eyes for the end, because I mean, it does suck kind of having paint on your eyelids because it's super itchy, or under your eyes, but I like the effect, so I want to do it now. And when you do this too, you can also kind of see where your differences are. And you can go ahead and fix them. Again, you can save that to the end, or do like me and be too impatient. But man, does that make a huge difference. I know you guys thought I looked really weird initially. You might still think I look weird, but it looks a little cooler now, right? Look how nice my teeth are. Oh my goodness. Anyways, again, I'm starting on the left side. Again, you have to kind of space it. He's got a bald cap on, so his lines are gonna be a little bit more stretched out than mine can be. So I'm going to try to shrink it down. Again, I'm going to use little lines first. Sorry. Little lines first. I'll try to like put the picture somewhere so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So that's about the premise of it. But now I try to mimic it on this side. The good thing is, because I made just thin lines, what I can do is, because these lines do get very fat, right? So you can tell these are not symmetrical. This line needs to go out more. But because these lines are going to be fatter, I can make this one fatter toward this side to match this, and I can make this one fatter toward the inside, so later they will be more symmetrical. I feel like I have like ovaries on my head. Doesn't it look like an ovary? Anyways. So, again, more water, nice and black. I kind of don't want to do this, but I'm going to. I'm just going to do it. You want to bring paint with you, because one, for touch-ups, because we all sweat, we all, you know, maybe, again, it rained and you didn't think about it, or someone spilled on you, whatever. I'm gonna let this dry for a second. Again, guys, like, you just do what you feel comfortable with. If you could care less, or maybe you have beautiful black hair or brown hair, or just whatever, and I've seen Darth Maul's women, I don't think I've ever seen men with long hair, but I've seen women say, you know, keep their hair down. If they want to be like a sexy, or like different version, I don't know, you do whatever you want. Oh wow, making it really wet helped. So I guess this might be the only time we're putting a lot of water. Just watch your head. A lot of water in the paint would help. But again, you can do touch-ups later. Cool, now my neck is dry. So again, I don't really like wiping all that much. I feel like, again, this paint is really good though, so it actually doesn't really have, see, if I do very light wipes, it doesn't pull off the bottom paint, but it adds on to it. So that's how you know you have good paint. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I've had it for at least 2 years, a year. 2 years, anyways, had it for a while. So see, now I don't want it to be drippy because my clothes are under it. All right, what do you think, guys? All right, so what I'm gonna do, wash my hands, my brushes a little bit so they don't dry out, and then I'm gonna get my horns and show you how it goes. I'll be right back. Okay. So, once you have your horns, wherever you get them from, or you check out my channel and see how I made mine, which I don't think I've posted yet, but if you're interested, let me know. So anyways, no, it's actually not too bad. Again, a little trial and error. I normally would spend more time getting them in, but, and I think I have one extra one, but I think I probably would normally have 2 more back here. But for now, I'm totally okay. So I have these fangs that I purchased a long time ago, and I'll have to find the name and put it down in the comments, but I love them. They last forever. They work normally for vampires, but as you know, Darth Maul does not have the best of teeth, but he has very sharp teeth. And I wore these. I say that now, this doesn't fit, but I've worn these for a very long time, and I've only had to put the glue piece on a few times. Like, I think I've owned these for like 3 years. Yes, I do a lot of Comic-Cons, and I still have another little thing in case this one keeps falling out like it wants to. And so, the last thing I wanted to show was Darth Maul doesn't normally have amazingly white teeth, does he? So I bought this Tooth Effects. Again, I'll try to put the comments below. It's basically just tooth paint. Like, again, bring this with you too, because if you decide to eat, most of that's gonna go away. But see, now if you want super nice teeth, obviously, go ahead and brush them now, or you can take it out later, but I feel like it adds to it. So now I'm going to put in my wonderful contacts. I'll tell you where I got mine, but I think there's some places that you could probably get it better. I will tell you, again, for tomorrow, I don't know if I'm gonna put these in because my eyes are watering like crazy when I put these in. So, and I normally have no issues with contacts, or had, should I do it? Because again, it wasn't until I had LASIK, or maybe these just aren't the best quality. So we'll see. I am relatively good, oops, as I say that, at putting in contacts, so I can get around the makeup. If you are not, either one, have a friend do it for you, or do it beforehand. I'll let it dry out for just a second. But I will let you know. See, again, once I put these in, I would put a little bit more black on, but dabbing it with a cloth will help get some of the water off. I did just take off some of my paint, but yeah, so as you can see, I am crying a lot. But tell me that does not add to the effect. It looks so cool. Obviously, I am not wearing the proper outfit for this, but here's my robe. I would normally have a black shirt, black pants. We all got black clothing in our closet somewhere. But I love this cape. It's nice and it's light enough. It doesn't squish on my horns, but it's not. It's lightweight enough that it covers all my horns but doesn't like squish them down. It's easier to pull off. When you have a nice outfit on, it looks very nice. I'll post some pictures of the event tomorrow. Again, I most likely will not have my contacts in, but you can see how it turned out with little or less. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it is quite long. I will try to have speed through some of it, and I will do some touch-ups tomorrow on the paint. Contacts kind of took off some of the black, but again, the black's some of the easiest parts to really fix. So I think overall, like I said, I would fix some of these a little bit. I'll do that today. This is exactly why I usually do a test run on all of my stuff to make sure I have everything, because what if my paint would have dried out and then I wouldn't have had anything, and we're trying to win a contest. Come on, trunk or treat or not for kids. So thank you guys so much. Again, this is Lena's Custom Creations. These horns and your robe, cloak thing, makeup, all of that stuff you can make. I can show you how to do it. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a very wonderful Star Wars day.